all I'm doing is using fingertips. While I'm connected, I just push my joints open, and we have that effect. While I connect to him, I feel his feet and I pull my joints open. Right? We have that effect. Once your mind is in the right place, it works. If it's not, then it won't work. But then I have to get my mind into his tension lines. Then I just open my capacitor, which is my joints, and release my energy into him. The only reason why it's difficult is because the group consciousness it doesn't accept it. That's what makes it so difficult, because learning the stuff, you're going against the grain. And astrally, we reject that as well, because we don't belong.
Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and the man you just got done watching talk out of his goes by the handle The Urban Sage on his YouTube and Instagram, but his actual name is Denish Kumar. According to his About section on his YouTube channel, he helps coaches, athletes, and healers sense life force, chi, ki, prana, in 30 days so you can heal your body, find your life purpose, and improve your relationships without confusing meditations, worshiping a grand master, or traditional dogmatic hierarchies. What a bunch of malarkey. No traditional dogmatic hierarchies, you say. Well, let's go to the definition of hierarchy. A system or organization in which people or groups are ranked one above the other according to status of authority. That doesn't make any sense considering the people that pay him money, he also calls his students, which makes him the teacher, which is exactly what a hierarchy is. That's like textbook hierarchy. Student, teacher. In terms of being a martial arts cult leader, Kumar here is the new kid on the block, uploading his first video only a year ago. It wasn't long after that I actually discovered Kumar on YouTube, and this was the first video I saw.
I'm just going to explore the electric and magnetic energy. So if we look at the electric lines, and I connect to that, and I just vital breathe and expand space, it starts to repel him away. I vital breathe and I focus on the magnetic that pulls him towards me. I can pull his mind or the intention again. So before he even comes, I feel his mind and I pull it. Once we understand that phenomena, we don't need our hands. Essentially, we're doing this through the mind gate. And eventually we want to repel him with that before he touches us. So as he's coming in, you make a fist. If I can feel his mind doing that, I can just pull on the mind and have that effect. And then I'll be able to pull on the mind before he makes physical contact with me. So I'm pulling the mind, which is pulling his body.
That's right, you heard him correctly. He was pulling his mind. Of course, after hearing some crazy shit like that, I had a few questions. So I decided to reach out and start with the basics. How old are you? How long have you been training this? Who taught this to you? And what are your credentials? You would think that these questions would be very easy to answer, but apparently not based on the sarcastic answer that I got back instead. Hey Rob, answers. Age, 400 years. Training, 380 years. Teacher, Yoda. Credentials, Jedi. May the Force be with you. Since he obviously had no intent of actually answering those basic questions, I did a little digging of my own, and what I found made his Star Wars reference absolutely hilarious. On his website, he says he studied the work of Franz Barton, who we'll get to in a moment, but he also gives credit to a guy named Mark Rasmus, who he says he trained directly with for over a year.
About 3 years ago, that's when I came across Mark Rasmus, and watching his YouTube videos, everything just started making sense. I got the opportunity to go do a workshop with him, and then he gave me the opportunity to train with him full-time for a year. It was after that I came back and tried to teach this to other people.
For those of you who are new to the page, I already did a breakdown video about Mark Rasmus titled McDojo Breakdown Sifu Superpowers. Here's a clip.
Okay, we want to look at methods for seizing energy. I feel the line with my awareness and then grab and switch the magnetism on. So this is the exercise we did yesterday. Then give yourself some distance. Here I want you to feel the field. and then grab. And then go a little bit further and grab. And then from a distance, tap your hand onto the person's core and pull. Once you grab, you can grab the matrices and inflict pain through the nervous system. You can generate paralysis. You can grab and make a person giggle like a little kid. You can take all these little roots of when you've latched on, because you're holding the nervous system, you can stimulate whatever effect you want.
Can you see why I found his Star Wars reference pretty hilarious? The irony. No one sane would put that man on their resume, but what's even crazier is the fact that he put Franz Barden on his resume. You see, Franz Barden was an occultist who believed that magic was actually real. He wrote a few books on this subject. One of those was titled Initiation into Hermetics, in which he actually teaches people how to use magical abilities. Here are just a few things that he teaches you how to do in that book. How to control someone's thoughts, how to transport your consciousness into objects, animals, and people, how to speak to the dead, how to become invisible, how to levitate, how to raise the dead, how to create beings such as elementals, larvae, phantasms, and phantoms, how to be clairvoyant, how to animate pictures, how to communicate with deities, how to see through time and space, and of course, how to heal people using magic even if you're not in the same room as them, which clearly didn't work for him considering that he died only at 48 years old of pancreatitis. Now, for most of you who just got done hearing that list, it's very clear that Franz Barden is an absolute crazy person, but apparently Denish Kumar did not get that memo. Kumar started studying his work back in 2008, but it wasn't until 3 years ago when he found Mark Rasmus that he was finally able to get what his confirmation bias was seeking. So now he's selling that regurgitated nonsense at the low price of $249. That is a hell of a deal to learn how to talk to dead people. Alright, to be fair, he might not believe all of Barden and Rasmus' teachings. So what exactly does he believe and what does he teach? Well, to start, he definitely believes that he could project energy through objects such as a stick to control or manipulate someone else's body.
I can send the energy through the stick.
He also believes that you could do this exact same process without the use of an object by touch. And of course, my personal favorite, he believes that you can manipulate people by pushing and pulling them through energy without even touching them. You ever notice how birds of a feather flock together? Well, check out who else is in this video with Kumar. It's the Maverick Mystic. We actually already did a breakdown video about him as well. Check out this little snippet from that.
His mind's above his body, and inside that space where his mind's been sucked, it's inside a magnet, basically a spherical magnet. Inside that magnet, I drop a super heavy Akasha, which defabricates his mind entirely, and then he ends up flying over there. The mind disappears into the Akasha, and it's encapsulated by the magnetism. So if I don't do the Akashic aspect of it, about half the distance. When I just rip everything apart, all perspective disappears within that magnetism. That's what gives us the long puff.
Now back to Kumar. Remember that really sarcastic answer he gave me when I asked him some very basic questions on Instagram? Well, I let him know what I thought about that, and he responded. Strange answer. Was looking for something a bit more professional. Hey Rob, I'm well aware of your business model, and I assume you started off in the business of uncovering truth and making people wary of nonsense. But now you're in the business of making money. And drama sells. I get it. But it's not my focus. However, if it is truth and understanding that you're seeking, I open my home to you and will answer any questions you have. Feel free to email me at dinesh@theurbansage.org. Well, I sent that email taking him up on his offer and have yet to receive an email back. Let's see if he's a man of his word. I'm working on a documentary. I've been filming it for quite a while. I would love to put that in the documentary. Let's see if you can move me without touching me like you do in your videos. As far as his statement of "I'm in it for the money" crap, I call out fakes, frauds, phonies, conmen, pedophiles, sex offenders, and cults in the martial arts industry, and I put those videos on here absolutely free. You, Mr. Kumar, on the other hand, charge people to take your classes and learn your nonsense. Time to give this guy some Dillmans. As of right now, I'm giving him 5 out of 5 Dillmans because he believes he has magical powers and has studied people who believe that magic is real. But he could definitely prove me wrong, and I'm open to be proven wrong. I am 100% willing to go and take him up on his offer and see if he can do any of those things to me. This brings us to the question of the day, brought to you by X Marshall. Be sure to answer the question of the day in the comment sections below, so that way you could be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift voucher that you could use at xmarshall.com. And hey, maybe you don't win, that's okay. You could still use promo code McDojo10 to get 10% off any of your purchases at xmarshall.com. It seems that a lot of these guys tend to flock together because they all believe the same gibberish. It seems people who already believe in this mystical nonsense purposely seek out these types of people so that way they can get that itch scratched of their confirmation bias. While I understand the leader's logic, they don't want to meet up and be proven wrong because that is their income. Me personally, I don't mind being proven wrong. If I show up and you're able to project your chi at me and throw me across the room, I will 100% admit I was wrong. But what about the students? Why do you think that the students who are just learning this stuff don't go and seek out outside opinions and ideas? I'll give you this page for example. This page on Instagram posts nothing but videos of another cult leader named Adam Misner. Whenever their ideologies are challenged, they never seem to want to go back and forth. They never want to have that open-mindedness that they claim that they have. So my question to you is, why do you think the students become so close-minded when they started off going to these places so open-minded? Be sure to answer that question in the comment sections below so that way I know that you watched the entire video, but also to win that $100 gift voucher. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, memberships. Check out McDojoLife.com. Keep the martial arts legit.
Things just haven't been the same. Living strange since my baby joined that dojo. Joined our McDojo. Now she tries to